You ever do everything right? You ever do a thing and still feel completely and utterly invisible? You're posting the content. You're putting in the hours, grinding away while everyone else is out living their lives. You show up every single day, fueled by caffeine and pure grit, convinced that today will be the day it all clicks. But then you look at your phone and it's dead quiet. No notifications, no DMs, no comments that matter. Your sales dashboard is a flat line, a digital monument to your frustration. It hurts, doesn't it? That sharp, stabbing pain in your gut that tells you you're failing and that you're screaming into a void nobody cares. That feeling is real. And I'm not here to tell you it's all in your head. It's a heavy weight, the kind that makes you question every decision you've ever made. You start to believe the market is just too damn full, that all the spots were taken before you even got to the party. You see others winning and assume they have some secret, some magic formula that was left out of your instruction manual. It feels like you're banging on a locked door while everyone else is inside, celebrating your success. The frustration builds until it feels like a physical gauge, trapping you in a cycle of effort with zero reward. But let me be loud and clear right here, right now. The reason you feel this way isn't the market. It's not your competition. It's not the algorithm. It's not because you lack talent. The real reason is how you're thinking about the market itself. You're looking at the entire game through a tiny restrictive keyhole and calling that small view the whole room. You convince yourself that the sliver of the world you see is all that exists. Today, I'm not just going to show you the door. I'm going to kick it right off its hinges and reveal the massive opportunity-filled space you've been ignoring. I'm talking to the men out there who aren't afraid to work hard, the guys between 25 and 45 who know they were built for more impact, more sales, more respect, more life. You want it, you deserve it, and you're willing to bleed for it. These are simple, actionable moves, strategic shifts in your approach that you can start implementing the second you finish reading. We're going to stop playing small and start unlocking the rest of the market that has been waiting for you this whole time. Most people stay broke not because opportunity is scarce, but because their perspective is tragically narrow. They operate from a mindset of limitation, believing the pie is only so big and that someone else's success means less for them. Imagine Tom, a food truck owner. His tacos are the best in town, but he's struggling. He parks on the exact same street corner every day, serving the same small crowd of regulars. He complains to his wife the town is too small, no room for growth. The market is saturated. One day, a massive street festival floods downtown. A flashier truck takes his usual spot. Tom panics, throws his hands up in defeat, convinced he's lost his only customer. He's ready to sell his truck and give up. But the town wasn't small. It was full of customers he never tried to reach. A friend grabs him by the shoulders and says,
"You've been fishing in a puddle. Have you tried the big office park at lunch, the high school football game on Friday nights, the farmer's market on Saturday mornings?"
He tries one new spot, the park at a weekend concert. He sells out in 2 hours, new crowd, new customer, light bulb moment. The pie wasn't small. He'd been eating one tiny slice. The field was massive. He confined himself to one lane. Hidden lesson. You are not stuck. Your business is not of opportunities. You're playing in one corner of a giant arena. More ways to show up, more people to serve, more channels to dominate. Expand your map and explore the territory you've been ignoring. The single biggest mistake I see people make is creating one piece of content, posting it on their favorite platform, and then just sitting back and waiting for magic to happen. You write a brilliant blog post, publish it on your website, and then wonder why only 50 people have read it. Or you record a killer podcast episode, upload it to Spotify, and get frustrated when your download numbers don't budge. You are putting all of your eggs in one basket and praying that basket doesn't get dropped. It's time to stop praying and start repurposing. You need to expand your channels and multiply your voice. If you're already creating content in one format, you've done 80% of the work. The rest is just repackaging. That one long form blog post can be broken down into 10 explosive tweets. That 20-minute video you film can be chopped up into 5 high-impact 60-second clips: TikTok, Instagram, Reels, YouTube Shorts. The audio from that video can become a podcast episode. If you record a podcast, you can have the transcript turned into a blog post. One core idea, one piece of value can be transformed into dozens of assets, allowing you to show up everywhere with potential customers or spendable time. This isn't about creating more work. It's about making your existing work harder for you. Here are your action steps, and I want you to start this week. First, pick one piece of content you've created recently, a video or post, anything. Your mission is to create at least 3 new formats from it. For example, turn a long post into a 60-second talking head video, a short, punchy text thread for X, formerly Twitter. Second, post each of those new formats on a different platform within the next 48 hours. Don't overthink. Just get it out there. Finally, you need to track the results, but keep it simple. Don't get lost in a sea of vanity metrics. Track one thing that actually matters to your business: the number of new DMs you receive, the number of clicks to your website link. Do this consistently for the next 30 days. The reason this works is painfully obvious. You are delivering the same powerful message, but exposing it to an entirely new audience. You stop waiting for people to find you in your one little corner and start meeting them where they already are. So many entrepreneurs are terrified of competition. They hear the term red ocean, a vast market teeming with competitors. Entrepreneurs panic and look for a blue ocean escape, a calm, empty blue ocean dream. But here's the secret: a red ocean is a giant flashing sign that says money is being made here. If there's blood in the waters, it means there are hungry sharks. But more importantly, it means there are plenty of fish to feed on. A busy market is a proven market. It means there are buyers with real problems who are actively spending money to solve them. Don't run from the crowd. Run toward it, but with a strategy. Your goal isn't to take on the biggest players head on from day one. That's a suicide mission. Instead, find one small, neglected corner of that bustling market and absolutely dominate. Think smaller. Think more specific. Don't try to be a business coach for everyone. Become the go-to expert for plumbers of Phoenix who want to use Facebook ads to get more commercial clients. You start by owning a puddle, then you move to the pond, and eventually you take over the entire lake. Here's your game plan to turn that feared red ocean into your personal gold mine. First, pick an incredibly specific group of people to serve. Get granular. Think about their age. Think about their job type. Think about their geographic location. Think about their biggest frustration. The more niche go, the easier it will be to stay in lane. Second, create one irresistible offer that solves one major painful problem for that specific group. Don't try to solve everything for them. Focus on the one thing that keeps them up at night. Make your offer so specific and so valuable, they feel like you created it just for them. Third, test this offer in the real world. Find 10 people who fit your ideal customer profile and make them your offer. This isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about getting crucial feedback. Help them. Listen to their experience. Learn what works and what doesn't. Then refine your offer based on that. Why will this strategy work so damn well? Because dominating a small, underserved niche builds powerful social fruit and gives you undeniable authority. Once you're the undisputed king of that small hill, use that momentum and credibility to scale up and conquer the next one. One of the most tragic things I see is the sheer number of talented, hardworking men who start something, grind it out for a few months, and then quit right before the magic is about to happen. They get 3 or 4 months in, don't see the explosive results they were promised by some guru on the internet, and they tear the whole thing down to chase the next shiny object. They jump from one business idea to the next, one marketing strategy to the next, constantly starting over from scratch. They are stuck in a perpetual cycle of building foundations, but never actually finishing the house. And you have to understand, that real meaningful growth is not a lightning strike. It's a slow, compounding force. Your efforts build on each other over time, like a snowball rolling down a hill. The first few feet are slow and barely noticeable, but as it picks up momentum, it grows bigger and faster until it becomes an unstoppable avalanche. Most people quit while their snowball is still the size of a fist, completely unaware of the massive power they were about to unleash. You wouldn't plant a tree and then dig it up after 3 months because it's not producing fruit yet. This is why I preach the 90-day rule. Now, before you even think about quitting your current strategy, you need to give it a fair shot. Here are your action steps. First, before you throw in a towel, force yourself to sit down and write out these real, tangible reasons why you want to leave. I'm not talking about vague feel like it's not working. I mean specific data facts. Often the act of writing them down reveals that your reasons are based on impatience, not reality. Second, instead of quitting, pick one single skill to obsessively improve for the next 90 days. Your ad copyright, your sales calls, your client onboarding process. Third, commit to a non-negotiable 90-day plan with small daily actions tied to improving that one skill. Every single day for 90 days, you will take one small step forward. No excuses, no breaks, no complaining. The power of this approach is rooted in a fundamental truth. Time compounds effort. The wins you're chasing are almost always hiding on the other side of a wall of consistency that most people are unwilling to push through. Give your strategy the time it deserves to actually work. 90 days is the minimum entry fee for success. Every single business, without exception, has ugly parts. There are no perfect ventures where you only get to do fun, sexy stuff. If you want to sell a physical product, you have to deal with the messy, frustrating reality of shipping logistics, customer returns. If you want to be a coach, you have to deal with the emotional labor of clients who don't do the work, who eventually leave. If you build software, you have to spend countless hours debugging, code fixing glitches that make you want to pull your hair out. The hard part, the ugly part, is an unavoidable part of the game. Most people try to avoid these parts. They hate sales, so they never learn how to close a deal. They hate managing people, so they try to do everything themselves and burn out. They hate the technical side, so they ignore it until their website crashes at the worst possible moment. But here's the brutal truth. Part of the business you hate the most is often the part that pays the most. The skills that are difficult, tedious, uncomfortable to learn are precisely the ones that create the biggest competitive advantage, because most of your competitors are avoiding them too. So instead of running from the ugly parts, it's time to lean in and learn to love it. Here are your action steps to turn your biggest weakness into your greatest strength. First, make a list of all the tasks in your business, and then circle the one thing you hate doing the most. Be painfully honest with yourself. Cold calling, bookkeeping, creating content, whatever it is, identify it. Second, your mission for this month is to find one resource, a book, an online course, a mentor that can teach you how to master that one skill. Third, you're going to dedicate just 20 minutes a day, every single day for the next 30 days to practicing that skill. Not just learning about it, but actively doing it. If you hate sales, you're going to spend 20 minutes a day role-playing sales calls, writing outreach emails. If you hate finances, you're going to spend 20 minutes in your spreadsheets. Why does this work? Because when you systematically attack pain point that everyone else avoids, you build a moat around your business. That weakness, once conquered, becomes your most valuable and defensible asset. When things go wrong, the easiest thing to do is point a finger. The market is bad. My customers are cheap. My employees aren't motivated. The algorithm hates me. Every time you blame an external factor, you give away your power. You become a victim of circumstance, a passenger in someone else's car. Blame is a comforting lie that absolves you of responsibility and chains you to inaction. As long as it's someone else's fault, you can't fix it. Change your language, change your mindset. Stop blaming, start owning. I can't find good hires. My ads aren't working becomes I haven't mastered writing compelling ad copy. One is a dead end, the other is a call to action. Ownership puts the steering wheel back in your hands. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a framework for action. Here's how you start today. First, identify one major problem you feel blame. Rewrite it as an ownership state. Turn the complaint into a skill you develop. For example, no one is buying my product becomes I need to understand customer needs and communicate value. Write it down and put it where you see it daily. Second, for 30 days, operate as if that ownership sentence is with you. Make every decision and action aiming to solve. Third, at week's end, track small wins. Read a chapter, have one better customer conversation, acknowledge it. Why? Ownership creates action. Action creates change. Stop being a victim. Start being the architect of success. Section 8, the 7-day gauntlet to shatter your plateaus. Talk is cheap. Inspiration fades. The only thing that matters is what you do with this information right now. So many people will read this, feel a momentary surge of motivation, and then go right back to their old, ineffective habits. I don't want that from you. I want you to take immediate, decisive action. That's why I've laid out a simple 7-day checklist, a gauntlet to run that will force you to break out of your current patterns and start building real momentum. This isn't a list of suggestions. It's your battle plan for the next week. On day 1, your mission is to implement. Go back through your content, pick one single post or video, create 3 new formats from it. Don't aim for perfection, aim for completion. A short video clip, a text-based thread, a graphic, just get it done. On day 2, you're going to post all of those new formats on different platforms. Spread your message wide. At the same time, set up a simple way to track one key metric. DMs, links, whatever. Start gathering data. On day 3, spend the day researching and choosing one hyper-specific niche group you can serve. Get ridiculously granular. Plumbers in Dallas, CrossFit gym owners in Australia. Pick your puddle. On day 4, you will craft a simple, direct offer for that group and reach out to 10 of them. Don't try to sell them. Just offer to help or start a conversation. Your goal is to learn, not to earn. On day 5, you will confront your weakness. Identify the one skill you hate for its full. Find a course that will teach you. Find a book that will teach you. Enroll, buy it, commit. On day 6, you will cement your new mindset. Write down your ownership sentence. Change one core belief from blame to responsibility and post it on your wall. Finally, on day 7, you will rest and review. Look at the actions you took. What did you learn? What worked? What didn't? Use this data to map out a rough 90-day plan. This 7-day gauntlet isn't about transforming your business overnight. It's about proving to yourself that you are in control and that small, consistent actions create powerful results. Your legacy at 85, the story you choose to tell. Let's fast forward. Picture yourself years from now. You're 85, sitting on a porch, looking back. The sun is setting. Grandkids are gathered, asking for a story. In that moment, you have a choice. 2 stories. One was about how you tried, had a dream, but it got too hard. The market was too crowded. It wasn't the right time. I quit when things got tough. It's a story of what could have been, or the better story, the one that makes their eyes light up with pride. You can lean in and say, there was a time when I felt stuck, when I felt invisible, when everyone else would have quit. But I didn't. I learned the hard skills. I showed up in more places. I refused to blame anyone. I owned my journey. I kept going when most would have stopped. And that, my kids, is why we are all sitting here today. Which story do you want as your legacy? Which one do you want to tell your children, your friends, the next young man who looks up to you? The choice you make today, the actions this week, are the first chapter. You are not stuck. You are playing too small. It's time to widen your field, to own your corner, to learn the hard parts, to commit for the long haul. Stop making excuses. Start building a legacy. The world doesn't need another quitter. It needs to see you win. If this hit you, if you feel that fire, grab a free tool for an immediate edge. I put together an ebook, The Ultimate Guide to AI and Digital Marketing. It will help you create more content faster, generate leads, and save time. Go to The Ultimate Guide to AI in Digital Marketing and download it free. Use it to widen your field and start your new story today. Go win. Remember this, you're not limited by your market. You're limited by how you see your market. Once you change how you think, you change how you move. And once you change how you move, the game changes for good. So go out there and take back your power. You got more room than you think.